Mental Health Monday on Radio City Talk with Mick Coyle.
Radio City Talk.
Let's do a Mental Health Extra, following on from Mental Health Monday every Tuesday on Radio City Talk. Jake Mills joins us in the studio from Chasing the Stigma. Jake, great to see you. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm delighted to learn today that Jake, you know, you have a bag for life and you keep one in your pocket or you throw one in your glove box. Jake carries around a cardboard box.
It's not for life. It wouldn't last.
You know the movie Seven? You know the Gwyneth Paltrow box? He carries that around with him, and he's just been down the supermarket.
Yeah. It's got some cheese slices, some falafel, and just a pack of crisps as well.
Do you just like the convenience of carrying a cardboard box around as opposed to just getting a bag for life?
Yeah, it's the mystery that comes with it. People always comment on the box.
Who has he murdered?
Yeah,
Is Gwyneth Paltrow's head still in there?
Yeah, or someone like, oh, is that your dinner? Or, well, yeah, it is actually. Do you want a cheese slice?
Jake, great to see you. Busy week. We spent some time together last week, you and I.
Yeah.
You've talked a lot about mental health training. You're ambassador of Hope Scheme. So I said, let's put our money where our mouth is, Radio City and Radio City Talk, and let's do this mental health training. And we did it. Mm-hmm. And we survived. I thought it was really interesting. And everyone who did it in the building, getting an insight into sort of mental health, what mental health is, how it impacts on people, how you can respond to people who are having a sort of a negative mental health problems as well. I thought it was really interesting. And now I've got a little badge that says I'm an ambassador of hope.
That's right. What we're trying to do, our training is fully accredited by Open Awards, who are Ofqual regulated and based in the Speak. And it's only 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes training is not going to be enough to make people experts, but that we're not trying to make people experts. And I think far too often people feel like they're not qualified to even ask somebody if they're okay because they're scared of the answer. And what we're trying to do is just equip people with a basic and baseline level of information about what mental health is, and importantly, who the experts are and how to direct people to those experts. And what we're trying to do by rolling this out across organisations, so Everton Football Club became the first ambassadors of hope, committing to having all their members and staff trained. The Regenda Group, which is one of the Northwest's largest maintenance and construction firms, again making that same commitment, having all their members and staff trained. Radio City doing this as well. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take the onus away from people to try and find and seek that help themselves. And we're trying to look at where are people, where do people go, and let's change that environment for everybody. Let's make it easier for everyone to have a conversation, to find that help and support. You don't have to be an expert to have empathy, to have an understanding and be able to guide people to the experts.
And the thing is with it as well, which struck me, was that it wasn't about, nobody became a psychologist or a psychiatrist from doing the session. It was, here's what you can do, here's how you can have those conversations. It was really quite straightforward stuff and really simple stuff. One of the things that I think really stuck with people is the things not to say, mm-hmm. which is such a big thing because everyone's heard these things, and probably many people have said, you don't know how good you've got it. Come on, you'll be all right. Come on, don't think of your family. You know, but a lot of people have got things worse than you know. And you suddenly go, oh, right, clunk. I've heard those things said. I may have said those things myself at some point in the past as well, because you'll think you're G'ing them up. Come on, chin up. You're going to be all right. It's fine.
Yeah, and I think because that's a natural thing to do, and what everything comes round to is that if you're not taught about it, if you're not speaking about this or prepared for these conversations, you're filling that gap and that void with things that maybe you think you would want to hear. And the important thing to remember is that if somebody is struggling, if somebody is not well, if somebody has a mental illness, or just struggling with the mental health in general, they're not necessarily seeing things from the way that you would see it. And, you know, this is kind of what we're trying to do, is just give people a little bit of an insight. It's not, I'd like to think it's not too heavy. It's not kind of going into too much depth. It's accessible to people, and it's kind of light enough to be able to feel like you're having, ironically, being depressed by having that conversation. But it's just giving people basic tools and understanding to have those conversations.
The cost to the economy due to poor mental health £35 billion last year, according to a report for Centre for Mental Health. Additionally, the economy lost $21.2 billion in reduced productivity, $10.6 billion in sick leave, and $3.1 billion in staff turnover. 31% of the 5 million people who were signed off for work last year, 31% was due to mental ill health. 14% rise in doctors' notes relating to anxiety and stress in 1 year. That, according to the latest stats as well, which just goes to show that actually we could pay for Brexit. That divorce bill could be paid, right, from just fixing the issue of mental health within the workplace.
Exactly. It's about, we know that when it comes to suicides, how drastic the numbers are. And, we firmly believe that suicide is preventable, but the only way that you can prevent suicide is by talking about mental health at a much, 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 much earlier stage. We talk about everybody has mental health, and I know not everybody likes that, because what we're not saying is that everybody has mental illness, but by talking about it in the sense that everybody has mental health, so it's everybody's business. You don't know who's going to be sick, who's not going to be sick. So we need to all be prepared at a much earlier stage to know how to deal with it. And if anybody comes to you asking for help, knowing what to do.
53% of employees, according to a study from Business in the Community, 53% of employees feel comfortable talking about mental health issues like depression and anxiety at work. That's more than half. So arguably, you're winning there. Instead of making employees feel like liabilities or burdens, says this advice, employers need to take active steps to encourage conversations around these issues. 91% of managers agree that their action affects their staff well-being, but only 24% of managers have received any training in mental health. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not really surprised by that. And it's not that it's anybody's fault. As such, it's just that it's not really been part of that agenda, and we've discussed this before when it comes to health and safety in the workplace and first aid in the workplace, and it's always physical, it's never ever mental. And so now it's slowly but surely, I think the tide is turning a little bit, and we know that it's going to be compulsory for schools to be taking on mental health education very, very soon, and looking at getting first aiders and other organisations come in to help with training in the workplace. But I do think the appetite is there now.
We had content controllers, people who decide what goes out and out. We had the station director, we had the head of news, we had me, various people who were interested in it as well. We had the guy in charge of the tower tours as well. What benefit are we going to see to having done that training?
I'd like to think the benefit will be a better understanding, not only from, it's tenfold really. You've got not only in the workplace, talking to different colleagues, but it's also people in general themselves being able to identify things within themselves, maybe outside of work, friends, family, as well as any public that are coming in as well. It's been able to be a lot more sympathetic. It's being able to direct people to help and support that's available. It's understanding how to talk. It's having a symbol. That symbol that you're wearing today, that symbol of hope, is going to be able to allow people to feel a lot more comfortable in having those conversations in the workplace and outside as well.
Jake Mills is with us from Chasing the Stigma. Hub of Hope is also something that Jake set up as well, which gets signposted when you do the mental health training to find mental health services close to where you are. On this week's Mental Health Monday, we were joined once again by the Fallen Angels Dance Theatre Group. Whenever they come on, they've always got a little bit of a different story to tell in regard to the ongoing work that they do from a mental health point of view. Big focus on women and their new project as well, funded by the tampon tax.
Yeah.
Like that angle to it as well. And examples, once again, where, you sometimes use the phrase empowering. It sounds like you're trying to get somebody to sign up to some sort of pyramid scheme. But that was a great example, I thought, yesterday of people coming together, sitting down and going, well, do you want to come and see this? I think you might like this. I won't like that. I bet you do. Just come with me. I'll come with you. Just sit in the room, see how it happens. And guess what? Next thing you know, you got people doing stuff on stage, performing, giving so much of themselves and finding positive mental health where there previously just simply been problems.
Yeah, and a great example of, again, alternative methods of help and support. That empowerment is so important as well, and particularly in women. And it's, it's giving people opportunities. It's giving people an insight into a world that they didn't ever think. And then you see how well people progress. And that's why it's so important to be able to have the platform, not only through this show, but also through what we're trying to do with the Hub of Hope as well, to be able to have a platform to promote these alternatives. Because, do you know what? Who would know to do that? Who would try to do that on their own? Who would go and find that help and support if left to their own devices? But look at the benefit that it does have. I mean, it is amazing, really, to see how far somebody can come.
But I think as well, the other thing is, it's that thing, isn't it, of going, well, if you only take action in regard to your mental health at the point at which you become mentally unwell, then it's that thing, isn't it, of waiting until you've had a heart attack before you then go, I should probably start jogging. You know, at some point, I guess, we're going to have to take a decision in our own lives to go, right, I'm going to try and make myself happier. I'm going to try and improve my mental health from today, starting at a point of 5 or neutral, and then try and work my way up. Because actually, we heard from the women in the studio yesterday. They were starting in the negatives, and then they were getting back to the neutrals, the balance, and then suddenly they were going, oh, hang on, I'm finding myself tipping the other way now. I'm feeling good about this. I'm actually enjoying this. I'm suddenly encouraging people to do that. I guess you'd sort of say, well, let's all try and find that now. Let's try and find ways to make ourselves happy rather than wait until we've had a negative experience and then go, oh, better try and do something about it.
Definitely, that's absolutely the way that it should be. And that's what we mean about normalising it and being able to talk about it on a day-to-day basis. Mental health is often used as a negative when mental health is part of everyone. It's not a bad thing, it's an aspirational thing. And I think it's just about having that conversation, being able to position it, because I think in many ways, all of us do that anyway. I think all of us look after our mental health without realising we do it. When you wake up and you're feeling in a bad mood or you're not feeling good, you know that if you listen to a certain song or if you go for a walk, or these little things that you can do to look after yourself and make yourself feel better, but people don't necessarily associate that with the mental health, and it is, and we all do that on a daily basis, but it's just about talking about that as a mental health thing.
Have you seen these mental health months where you do something every day? I've got the Good Housekeeping guides. So every day you can sign up. This is goodhousekeeping.com. You can have a look. Number 1, first day, do a deep breathing exercise. That's all you have to do on the day. First. Number 2, catch up with a good friend. Who are you going to catch up with?
A good friend.
It's the 2nd of April. I'm sat right here. This is day 2. Number 3, I like this one. Number 3, schedule something to look forward to.
Okay, that's...
Just basically put something in your diary. I'm going to go to the cinema in like 2 weeks' time.
That's good, yeah.
Number 4, donate or recycle something you never use. No, by day 5, do 30 minutes of yoga. I think I'd have put that a bit later in the month.
Yeah.
Number 6, plan a healthy meal. You might not need to eat it, but plan it. Number 7, ask for help with something. Number 8, listen to your favourite happy music. It goes on and on. Number 9, take 10 minutes to read. Good stuff or junk. Go for a walk at lunchtime. Various other things as well. This is all on Good Housekeeping. Schedule a game night.
Yeah. Do you know what? The one that I like the most is the recycle one, because you might hear that and you go, but have you ever been a tip? I mean, going a tip is so good for your mental well-being.
It's a weight off your mind and your back axle, isn't it? That's the thing, we go into the tip.
That's it. I love that. Like we've got a little...
What was the last thing you tipped? I tipped a microwave this weekend.
Oh, do you know what
and
the best
kettle.
Thing? Carpets or rugs are the best thing, because you can, if you get a good grip of that as well, you can throw that quite far. But we've got a little, we've got a WhatsApp group with lads in, and if anyone ever goes to tip, they'll always make sure that they share that they've been the tip, and everyone else be like, that sounds like a
I
great
could have swung
thing.
by hours, yeah. There's a good one here, number 25. Unfollow negative people on social media.
That is a good one.
You know when you see people, if you're on Twitter, make sure you follow people from the far right so you can really get a sense of balance of the conversation. You go, no,
absolutely not.
They're absolute cranks. Don't follow them. Because the thing is, you follow them and they say something you disagree with, you reply, and then it appears in everyone you follow's feed, and then suddenly you've got to look at stupid people at the extremities of political spectrums spouting absolute nonsense to literally about 4 followers.
Yeah, but
you're one of them because you want to be some sort of like, I follow. I take in all opinions, man.
I think take this into personal life as well. Friends who you kind of holding on to because you've been friends for years. Just get negative people. Just if it's not good for you, get rid.
Number 28, watch a silly video that makes you laugh.
Yeah.
If you want to see that, Dad Fails is always a good one, or Dad Wins, where dads who are just literally as kids are about to like fall off cliffs and bridges, like dad swoop in at the last second and grab them by the ankle. They're always quite funny to watch.
There's a silly video I watch of you trying to open a beer bottle. That always makes me feel good.
So get rid of negative people in your life. And there you go. That's all on the good housekeeping thing. Drink water instead of alcohol or soda today. And that's on day 15. So if that's like a Wednesday night, it's easy to do. If it's Friday night, very different. Thank you for your time. Hub of Hope. People can find out more information about mental health services close to where they are and the mental health training. The Hope training that Jake does as well, the Ambassador of Hope training. You can find details on chasingthestigma.co.uk. Jake Mills, thank you for your time. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us for Mental Health Extra.
Thank you.
From Radio City Talk, if you've got emails you want to send across to the programme, we'd love to hear from you. Do drop us an email, mick@radiocity.co.uk. We've got loads of stuff coming up in Mental Health Monday. And if you'd like to be a guest or you know someone who would be perfect, we want to hear from you. That's mick@radiocity.co.uk.
Mental Health Monday with Mick Coyle.
Radio City Talk.